Hi, this is Todd. I'm representing Lumosa. It's a biotech coming from Taiwan. Today, I'm sharing you the mission of Lumosa for novel drug development. So the company is committed to treat neurological disease with urgent unmet medical needs. Right now, our major objective is to develop our own drug LT3001 to treat stroke. Stroke is a notorious disease. Right now, still only one approved drug, that's TPA, and an additional treatment is very much needed. We are highly committed to bring a brighter outlook to this field. The company was founded in 2000, that's 20 years ago, and IPO in 2016 and in Taiwan. Right now, we have a market cap around 170 million US dollars, and the net cash is around 50 million US dollars. That's quite enough for supporting all the plans we are about to do. We have 41 employees. Most of them are researchers with graduate degrees. Here is Lumosa's pipeline. We are focusing in neurological disorders, and meanwhile, we are expanding ourselves to oncology field. LT101 is our first product. It's also called Nadiben. It's a mature product. We have already launched it in Taiwan and Singapore for treating post-operative pain. LT301 is our future star. It's indicated to treat acute ischemic stroke. We just acquired the phase 2 studies and about to enter the next development stage. LT501 is a topical treatment for treating uremic pruritus. We are conducting a phase 1b study in Taiwan on patients, and the study is completed recently, about to announce the data really soon. Besides those, we have oncology platform called Tarzan for targeted therapies. It's an oncology one and in quite early phase. The Lumosa is a very boutique biotech. We build our pipeline by in-license early-stage projects or merge and acquire small biotechs. But we don't have commercial capability in-house. So after develop the project to a certain stage, we'll out-license it to the partner we think they have the capability to carry along. Back to the product, LT301. It's a novel molecule to treat ischemic stroke. Why stroke matters? That's the first thing we need to discuss. In one in four people above 25 will suffer from stroke in their life, and there are more than 15 million patients diagnosed with stroke every year. That's a huge unmet medical need because there's only one drug approved in this field, that's TPA. The current treatment, however, is not really satisfying and it's very limited. RTPA could be only used on patients with stroke onset less than 4.5 hours. If the treatment window is beyond that, the bleeding issue is really not acceptable and concerning. Patients have another option, that's thrombectomy. That's a surgery and it's popular right now, but it can only be used on patients with large vessel occlusion, and the outcome right now is still not really good. The recovery rate is less than 50%. Above all, the most important thing is still more than 70% of the patients are left with no treatment options. And we believe our molecule LT3001 could be benefit to all the patients above. Why? Because the product are combining two properties into one molecule with a dual function MOA. It could do thrombolytic, also it could do neuroprotectant. By dissolving the blood clot in the brain to restore the blood flow, it doesn't cause any reperfusion damage and no hemorrhage risk. We're targeted to treat all the AIS patients with stroke onset less than 24 hours are not eligible for either TPA or thrombectomy. Also, we want to explore its potential to add on to thrombectomy. We just announced the phase 2A data and about to initiate the phase 2B study in the end of this year. And right now, the objective for for partnership is looking for a global partner to join us in the later phase studies. Here is the highlight of the phase 2A study I just mentioned. It's quite encouraging because we have collected all the information we need to move on to the next step. The study was designed to understand the safety profile of this molecule, and meanwhile, we would like to know more about its efficacy. So we treated on all the stroke patients left with no treatment options and less than 24 hours onset. The primary endpoint is the safety one to measure the occurrence of intracranial hemorrhage. And we see no bleeding in all the projects, all the subjects administered by our molecule. That's quite encouraging because that's the biggest concern of TPA. And second, we see a lot of efficacy sign in this study. We measure the neurological outcome, that's NIHS score, and the functional outcome, that's MRS score. And we see both improved in the subjects treated by LT3001. Meanwhile, we also see pronounced improvement in neurological outcome in those patients with moderate to severe stroke. All of those information indicate us that LT301 has the potential to become the drug that could be treated on all the stroke patients less than 24 hours onset, which has never been happened in the drug development history. Here's our clinical program in the future. By finishing the phase 2A study, we're just about to initiate the two phase 2B studies using the same design as the phase 2A, but with more patients enrolled. One will be enrolled in the US and Taiwan by ourselves, and the other will be enrolled in China by our China partner, Shanghai Pharmaceutical Group. And together with our China partner, we are still exploring its potential to add on to thrombectomy. Our global advisory board is led by Dr. Mark Fisher. He's also the president of World Stroke Organization. These expertise of stroke, they have strong engagement to our clinical program, and they fully support of our clinical design. So together, by integrating all the strengths and capability, we believe we can really bring a brighter outlook to stroke patients. These are the two other projects on our pipeline, LT1001 and LT5001. They are sharing the same API, dinabulin C bucket. That's a prodrug of nabulin, but we'll make it from hydrophilic form to hydrophobic form. So we made the oil injection, that's LT1001, and ointment, that's LT5001. LT5001 is indicated to treat uramic pruritus. There are more than 3 million patients suffering from uramic pruritus, and the only approved treatment is an IV injection, which has to be used 3 times a week. That means they can only be used on dialysis patients. Our ointment, it will not be limited on the administered, so it could be used on both non-dialysis patients and dialysis patients. The safety is really good. It causes no nephrotoxicity and no CNS side effect. And we see good efficacy sign in animal studies. And the phase 1B study on patients, which will collect the efficacy result and safety result, will be announced in the third quarter of this year. The partnership objective of this drug is to find a regional partner in China or US or a global partner for this drug for the further development. LT1001 was designed to treat post-operative pain. There are still more than 12 million patients suffering from post-operative pain, and the major usage to solve it is still opiate. Opiate causes a lot of issues, including abuse and CNS side effects, those serious ones including respiratory depression that will cause fatal death. LT1001, it works quite well as morphine, but it doesn't have those side effects we just mentioned. And it is launched in Taiwan and Singapore, about to launch in Ukraine, Korea, Malaysia, and Thailand. The phase 3 study in China is ongoing and about to be completed in the end of this year. We are projected to launch it in China in 2024. So right now, the objective of this drugs partnership is to find more regional partners to commercialize this drug in more markets. To strengthen our pipeline to maintain its balance, we are continuing searching early projects to enrich our portfolio. Our in-license criteria will be measurement of the commercial value, the technology breakthrough, and the most important thing, the unmet medical needs. So if you are interested in any of the projects on our pipeline, or you have any interesting projects sharing with us, please send it to the mail on the screen. I'll see you guys again. Thank you.